let's talk about VAR. I mean, you're old school. I'm quite old school as well. You know, obviously we've seen back before VAR was a thing. We've seen how, you know, referees actually had to do their jobs back then. And, you know, sometimes there'd be goals that were ruled offside that weren't offside, and vice versa. And you kind of, you know, you get unlucky one week and get lucky the next. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, is VAR even worth it? Because the incompetent clowns that we've got in charge of all this, you know, VAR was brought in to make the correct decision every single time that there's a bit of controversy. And there seems to be more controversy surrounding it than what there is correct decisions at this moment in time. So I'm sitting here and saying, if it was me, I'd go back to how football used to be. You know, the referees, the linesmen, the fourth officials, they do their jobs. Scrap all this VAR stuff unless you want to, you know, continue using it for things like offsides. But like even that the whole Kovacic situation, if it's a second bookable offence, VAR can't get involved in that because it's
yeah,
a
that
yellow
makes
card.
sense. That's what I took out there.
How
I was
does
like,
that make
why?
sense?
Yeah,
That's mad.
it's supposed to be there for clear and obvious errors. Yeah, but what I think it's done now is they're turning it into, well, let's just use it for everything. It's not clear and obvious. Like when it's a millimeter offside, is that clear and obvious? Like it's not, is it? Like if you're 3 yards offside, then yeah, and you give the goal, then it's clear and obvious it's a wrong decision. We need to check it. But it's a millimeter, and I feel like they're trying to use it too much, and it's almost like they're becoming the celebs. They're becoming the stars, where it's actually the players are the stars. Yeah, like, do you know what I'm saying? It's like when they said that they can't use it for a second yellow, that's ridiculous, man. Like that is actually ridiculous. And like I don't get it. Like for me, I've never wanted it. I don't like it. I think that it's not so much VAR itself; it's the people that are using it. I see Paul Merson having an absolute meltdown on Mike Dean on Sky Sports the other day and something Saturday. Right. Yeah, and he was going, yeah, but you know, you don't know the rules. It's clear you lot don't know the rules. That Mike Dean was saying to him and the panelists tonight. Yeah, and I'm like, mate, you lot know the rules and you're still getting it wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? It makes no sense. Like, I see in other countries, I watch a lot of La Liga, bro. It's not as bad over here. They still make errors though. They still cock stuff up every now and again, but it's not as bad and it's more fluid with it as well. Like their offside technology is better. Yeah, it's the same as the World Cup stuff.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing. Like, I don't understand because obviously the World Cup, when they use that offside technology, it's different to what we use in the Premier League, and it's correct more times than not. So why hasn't that, like the biggest league in the world, right, that generates the most amount of money as well, that has the most eyes on it? You would have thought they would have, you know, implemented that technology into this league, considering it works so much better than allowing, you know, some dickhead in the VAR room to make a decision. Like, it doesn't make no sense to me. Like, why haven't they done that? Why haven't they implemented that? Why are they still carrying on with this? Oh, it's all right, we'll let Howard Webb decide that, or Mike Dean, or some other idiot. Oh, we'll let them decide that. And then the other thing is, I think if you're going to use VAR and there's a decision where it's a bit like up in the air, I don't really know whether it's a clear and obvious error or not, whether it's a yellow card, second yellow card, red card, whatever it may be, I think every single time they do that, they should just send the referee to the on-field screen and let the referee make the decision. Forget about them idiots in the VAR room because they're not actually on the pitch refereeing the game. Let the referee do his job. That's what I think.
See, when they've got the ref on the pitch and then they, like the players all surround him, go to the screen, go VAR, all the players do it now, yeah? Right. But I don't like the fact that when the audio was leaked the other week, yeah, and they put it out there over there, I think that was Arsenal game. I think it was an Arsenal game. And I think
it was Liverpool, wasn't it?
Huh?
It was the Liverpool offside, wasn't it?
No, the one before that. There was one before. I think it was us. I think Anthony Taylor was the ref. Yeah, I can't remember what game it was, but it was a home game. But they were talking to him and they put the audio out and they were saying, yeah, I think you might have made a mistake, or like maybe you want to go and check it. And he's saying to them in the VAR office, yeah, saying to them, right, can you tell me what I'm going to see? No, that don't roll, mate. Because he's almost like, explain to me why I'm going to change this decision kind of thing, which is cool, but is basically subconsciously telling them, right, cool, I'm going to change the decision, but I need something to go off. So show me what, rather than just saying, right, I think maybe you want to go and check the screen on that and shutting up. Yeah. And then he's stood at the screen and then he'll say, right, okay, can you show me another angle? Can you show me this? They don't need to say anything. Yeah. But they were kind of talking him into giving a decision like against what he gave, rather than just letting him go and have a look at it. Yeah. Because now they're in his ear telling him, oh, well, you're going to see this, you're going to, because he's asked for it. That shouldn't happen. I think that if you're going to call it out and say, right, do I need to go and check? Yeah, you can go and check this, Anthony. Yeah, we'll put it on the screen for you. Yeah, let us know what you want to see. And then he gets there, they put the first angle up, then he'll say, can you do it in slow motion? Can you show me the reverse angle? They don't need to speak. All they got to do is put the graphics up. That's it. Yeah, I just find it, mate, it's baffling. People say it's a conspiracy and this and that. I don't think there's any conspiracy against any teams. I just think they're all useless. Yeah, and I think that it's gone away from the ref being in control to now some idiot in an office being in control. Yeah, so now the ref is kind of off the loose, like he's allowed off, he gets away with one, and everyone's blaming VAR. Well, that's not what it was here for. Right? The thing is, you're never going to get 100% decisions right, because what you think is a red card, somebody else might not think it's a red card. So you're always going to upset somebody. So why don't you just scrap the whole thing and just go back to what we used to do? Like, this is what it is. It always evens out over the season. Look at last season, first game of the season, Palace should have had a penalty against us for handball. Gabriel. Yeah, then we play Liverpool. They should have had a penalty against us. Gabriel, handball. Do you know what I mean? It's weird. Tommy Asu getting sent off in that Palace game. Like the ref yesterday on Sunday was the same ref who gave 2 bookings in 10 seconds to Martinelli.
Yeah.
But then he don't want to give 2 bookings on Kovacic. Like these refs, they make it up as they go along, man. But I'd rather just have one person, the referee, make the decision based off of what he's seeing, yeah, and what he thinks has happened, yeah, rather than having 4 or 5 other people deciding, yeah, and then still getting it wrong. Just let him deal with it, because then there's only one person you can blame, not 4 or 5, and then you have to demand audio comes out and apologies and all rubbish, man.
Yeah, that's it. And
I'm just going to grab a beer, mate. Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. And the apologies is like, what does that actually do? Do you know what I mean? Like Liverpool, for example, probably shouldn't have had Curtis Jones sent off. I mean, if that is a red card in modern day, then yeah, maybe you can accept that one. The Jota one, it's not a red card. You know, it's not a second bookable offence. Or was it the first booking? It was a bit of a crazy game. Do you know what I mean? Crazy. And then, of course, the offside as well. And you just think, well, if you're not getting the decisions right, and that's 3 decisions in one game, let alone, you know, the rest of the games as well, just scrap it. Seriously. It's got to be frustrating as a football player as well. Like, I couldn't imagine being a football player and you don't know what the handball rule is anymore, you know? If your arm's slightly out of a natural position and it hits it, whether you're in close proximity with another player or not, sometimes it's given as handball, sometimes it's not. All about perception. And then you look at it and you think, okay, like you got players that are scoring goals, legitimate goals, and they don't know whether to go and celebrate because they don't know whether VAR is going to rule it offside or something. I think that's stupid, man.
That's the thing that's killed it for me. Yeah, is you can't celebrate a goal anymore. Yeah, and imagine, look at when Man City played Tottenham, Champions League quarter-final, at the Etihad. Sterling scores right at the death to knock Tottenham out, or take it to pens or whatever it would have done. Yeah, I think it would have been to knock him out, but I can't remember. Yeah, he's running off, celebrating. I was jumping up and down because I was like, they ain't going anywhere. Get them out the competition, man. I was like, get in, Sterling. Yeah, and then 2 minutes later, it's ruled out. Yeah, to be fair, it was the right decision, but it was millimeters. And I always thought that the attacker got the advantage. Obviously, that's gone. What's happened to the 6-second rule with a goalkeeper? How many times a goalkeeper's got the ball in his hands for 30 seconds, 20 seconds, and they bounce it. Yeah, and then when they bounce the ball or let go of it out of their hands, Thierry Henry's done it, Ronaldinho's done it, they nab the ball and score. No, that's not allowed because the goalkeeper's still in control of the ball and touches his foot, right? So just because you're bouncing the ball, that's still in your possession then, right? So what's happened to the 6-second rule? Like, they change this every year. It's confusing as hell. Just leave the rules alone, man. Leave them alone. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's killed celebrations. Yeah, nobody knows what's going on in the stadium. Yeah, we only know because we're watching it on TV. Yeah, and it comes up, checking possible offside, checking possible red card, checking possible this. Yeah, and then they show you different angles, and then slow motion always never does it justice. So it always looks worse in slow motion. Yeah, like if it's a foul, like the Kovacic one, it looked so much worse in slow motion than it did in real time, but it's still a red. And then they say, nah, that's a yellow, mate. Didn't even get him to check it. Like, make it make sense.
It's crazy.
It's unreal.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But yeah, for me, scrap it. I think scrap it. Go back to the old way, and you know, let's actually watch football again. You know, let's actually get excited about scoring goals. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's mad.